So you've downloaded my Sprint Scrum Excel tracker spreadsheet that I use on my projects, and you're wondering, how do these advanced reports work? But more specifically, what do we do with bugs and outages, right? We don't know when stuff is gonna suck. So how do we plan for it? Let me show you what I do, and then let me show you how I track it. First of all, I look at the historical data, and I try to look at all of our past sprints and simply have the conversation with the developers on the team. Hey, how much time do you think we spent in sprint 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever it is, right? Over time, how much time are we spending dealing with bugs? How much time are we dealing with outages? And I combine that together. Then what I do is I take that number and I simply plug it in right here. So you can see here, we've got a total of 42 hours allocated. Okay, it's 42 hours allocated for future undiscovered issues and problems. Then here, let's say that we discover a bug. Found and fixed bug 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I do here is I simply highlight the day that it was fixed. Let's say that we spent 10 hours on it here. So it's marked as complete. And then I make this 32 hours. So I subtract the total amount of time that we spent on the outage or the bug from the bucket. The bucket is that initial 42 hours. Those things always want to be in balance. If we go over the 42, that's totally fine. I'll just add more line items in my sprint and record what it is and mark it accordingly, and then use that data for the future. Now, the real important thing here is tracking, right? So again, project-specific reports. I don't have it on this one, but I would add another item that would say bugs, and then another one that says outages, and then I would throw it in just like everything else. So take a look at this, right? Here's the aggregate, and we can see bugs pretty low here for the first 7 sprints. Outages, for the most part, non-existent. But that doesn't always stay that way. Notice how things start to change after sprint 10, roughly, right? All of this starts to increase. And correspondingly, look at the technical debt numbers. So this is a tool that, again, you're allowed to, or that you use to help your team see where the money goes and see where the problems are. I don't think this is a very good pattern here. You can see technical debt, it spikes there around 6. It gets a little bit smaller towards the end, but we got a lot of bugs, right? So is it debt? Is it bugs? What is it? I'm a firm believer that debt leads to bugs, bugs lead to outages, and outages lead to unhappy customers. And if you have unhappy customers and stakeholders, you're probably not going to have a job for very long, depending what sort of industry you're in. If you're at Microsoft or Apple, yeah, who cares? If you're at a startup or a smaller company, you know, 100 to 500 people, man, it does matter. So use this information to be able to figure out where the problems are, and then, you know, how do we handle the bugs? That's a whole different story. On that, I'm going to post a link in the description to how I like to handle bugs. It was a chapter in my book, The Scrum Field Guide, that didn't make the cut. I missed it by a couple days, turned it into a blog post, a lot of conversations. I really suggest you go take a look at it, read it, and think about it from a software development perspective. It's super cool and it's super fun, but it takes a lot of discipline and it's really hard. So anyway, give me that thumbs up, give me a like, give me a follow and all that hoo-ha. Not sure how all that works with the YouTube, but apparently they like it. So if you could help me out, I'd appreciate it. And download the sample content that's in the description as well. And feel free, ask any questions, send me an email from my website, post some comments. Thank you very much.